Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Come on in, pull up a sandbag, take a knee, you know, whatever's more comfortable. As today, we're going to be talking about a former naval veteran who then left and became a police officer. No, not this handsome man. This not so handsome one, who then rose to the rank of Chief of the Police of North Shitterton, because it's fucking shit, who recently has lost his job for wearing his medals. I mean, how unfair, right? Nick Adderley, a former naval veteran, after 10 years service, then left and joined the police force. He was a Falklands veteran, a naval lieutenant or commander or whatever it is, who recovered an Italian ship out of the shit, who then went into the police force to continue supporting his community. What an outstanding example of service and community spirit. Well, at least that's what he wanted us to think. Now, recently, there was a misconduct hearing after Nick here had been called out about wearing medals that he never actually earned. Primarily, the South Atlantic Medal, a medal given to those who served in the Falklands War in 1982. So this raised some suspicion, some eyebrows were flying about of what else he could have lied about. But before we get into the debunking of Mr. Adderley, or Adderley, sorry, fucking not really, I'd like to introduce you to We Served, an app that puts the military community in the palm of your hand. It boasts to include anything from welfare, a 24-hour mental health and GP service, discounts, community topics such as sports, podcasts. You might see some handsome motherfucker in that podcast bit. And I'm just laid there, cuffed to the bench. She's just like, dad, just smacking the fuck out the top of it. Military news and more to come as it is developed. It's currently in its beta stages and is taking on feedback to make this app the best app for the veteran community. It's currently available on Amazon App Store, on the Android platform, but the development team plan to bring it to Play Store and iOS very soon. And I will leave a link to their app in the description, and I'm going to pin it on the top comment below, as well as a guide on how to install it before the iOS Play Store launch. They aren't a channel sponsor, but I believe it's a good app that every veteran should have in their pocket. And with that, let's get back to Prick Adderley. Boo! Fucking boo! What the fuck is that? So during the inquiry, they obviously took a little bit of a dive into Nick's past here. And it turns out he couldn't have served in the Falklands War because in 1982, he was only 15 years old. And who threw him under the bus for this? Fucking this woman. Who's this woman? This is Nick's ex-wife. She said that she was disgusted that he was going around wearing the medals, and it's just an absolute spit in the face disrespect to veterans of that conflict, which I agree, yeah, fuck the guy. But he doesn't like the kind of slimy fuck who doesn't pay like child support, so I'm not surprised he got grassed in by his ex-wife there. He then claims the medal was handed to him from his brother, and that it was a complete accident that he wore it on his left side. Just for reference, any medals that you earn, you wear on your left. Any medals from deceased family usually are worn on your right to represent them. They're not medals that you've earned, but medals that family members have earned go on the right. If that's the case, then why, oh fucking why, have you got the ribbon stitched on the left-hand side? Why have you got it stitched to the left-hand side, Nick? Huh? You fucking bitch. Even an absolute red ass who's just turned up to unit or regiment or whatever knows that the ribbons that you haven't earned don't go on any part of your uniform. And you, being such a high-ranking naval officer, would have known that, wouldn't you? If you were a high-ranking naval officer. Because that brings us on to our next point. Nick was never an officer. And not only was he never an officer, he was never even a senior non-commissioned officer. Nick was actually an able seaman. Seaman, Navy rank's funny. Which, just for reference, on the hill of which shit rolls down, what he claimed to be is here, when in reality, he was actually here. And you'd have thought after 10 years service, he might have gone a little further. However, that was also a lie. Nick only served for 2 years, which leads me to believe that he was either discharged medically, or he was kicked out, probably because no one fucking liked him. Because I'm sure back then, and maybe even now, I don't even know how much things have changed, you had to serve a minimum of 4 years. I think he got kicked out, but that's just my opinion. He also claimed to have attended the Britannia Royal Naval College, the centre of naval officer training, where they teach you how to eat tea and toast and talk really funny, we'll see, or some shit. I don't know. I never went. But he claimed to be here for 4 years, but then later retracted his statement, saying that he applied to go. Well, I might have applied to go into the SAS. So everyone knows now that that means that I spent 4 years in the SAS. You know? Who dares wins. Not this time. Because you know me and Ant Middleton are tight as fuck. He even had the balls to boast about his false achievements to politicians which he'd met. Which, whatever, I'd feel like any politician or majority of politicians that he talked to don't actually give a shit about veteran affairs, but whatever. But to put yourself out there in the public eye, did you not think the veteran community would have noticed? Do you think we're dumb? Do you think we wouldn't have noticed this shit? Which kind of leads me to another question. How long did he present this lie? Was it when he first applied for the police? Or was it after applying for the top job in Northamptonshire Police? I'm going to say the latter, because the simplest of checks would have exposed him. Oh shit. I'm sorry, babe. Fuck's sake. I think the latter, because the simplest checks would have exposed him early on in his career and probably wouldn't have made it to where he was. And just to sprinkle some sweet corn on this turd sandwich of this individual, he was also the National Police Chief's Council lead for disclosure and safeguarding, as well as for motorcycling and criminal use of motorcycles. So to add a little insult to injury, when Harry Dunn sadly passed in a motorcycle accident after being hit by the wife of a US diplomat, he tweeted this. How sad, but how predictable, in response to Harry's parents wanting to go through the US legal system to get justice for Harry, which, well, it's understandable, isn't it? What a fucking turd. And the parents of Harry, and rightly so, called for his immediate resignation. Should have quit whilst you were ahead, Nick. Should have just quit whilst you were ahead and got that sweet taxpayer-funded pension, you know? But hey, foresight's a wonderful thing, eh? So you might be sat there thinking, well, why is any of this a big deal? Well, the reason it's a big deal is because over recent years, the integrity of the police here in the UK has been called into question multiple times. I'm not going to go into why, because I don't want to publicise fucking scumbag shit fucks on my fucking page, but it hasn't been good. Now, I don't want to be here chatting shit on other veterans, but Nick kind of took his shit on veterans himself. And when you falsify your story to climb into a position of power, you can honestly just go fuck yourself. I wonder how many officers that he dismissed or disciplined after they brought, or potentially brought, the police force into disrepute, whilst equally going round telling all these fucking mad war stories, how he was I'm a Falklands veteran. I wonder how many, you know, actually now I think about it, it's quite disgusting. Like, how many people could he have potentially gone and sort of helped and sort of being like, it's okay, buddy, I get it. I was a war veteran too, man, you know? And that, I don't even want to think about it. That's just fucking grim. Oh, and the Italian belt thing, that was also a lie. It was actually a friendship during a training exercise, allegedly. Whether or not he was there, I don't know. Fuck knows, who knows, I don't know. I don't trust the thing this man says, so fuck him. So cheers for making it this far in the video. Do all the bits and the things down there, you know. And until next time, don't get caught with your pants down, because your ex-wife might just finger you. Fuck's sake. Oh, and go download the We Served app right now. It's down there. Go check it out. Bye!